price. You need Ben Bleicher and his team of pros at Professional Realty Group. They'll take the time to figure out what's important for you in your dream home, and they have the expertise to find the hidden issues that could surprise you after the sale. That's professional knowledge, proactive service. We call that potential. Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Service Ambassador. Find more online at prg-ne.com.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
My dream was to work in commercial banking, but it required a college degree and I didn't have one. I found out that Doane had classes for adult learners on the Lincoln campus and online. So I earned my bachelor's degree, and 5 months later, I landed my dream job. I decided to continue my education, and now I'm working on my MBA at Doane. For me, the Doane experience has been life-changing.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC, and man, if the October incentives get better, you won't want to miss this. Happening right now at Coppell, you have 0% financing or $6,500 off MSRP on select new half-ton crew cab pickups. Yes, you heard right. Happening right now until the end of the month. 0% financing or $6,500 off sticker price. Those incentives are the best we've seen this entire year. Hurry on in while supplies last. Just take that short money-saving drive down 144th Street or check us out online at CoppellCars.com. You'll be glad you did. All offers include trade-in bonus and with approved credit.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Iron Height Construction is hiring. They're looking for hardworking, self-motivated individuals who are team players. Iron Height Construction has openings for an experienced project manager, estimator, apprentice, skilled laborer, and erector or installer. They will train the right people and make sure you understand the position and requirements. At Iron Height Construction, it's own it, be honest, and do it right. Apply today and learn more about their other benefits at ironheightconstruction.com, where they're committed to you every step of the way.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions. Live from the heart of Lincoln, America, welcome to Ticket Weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome to Speed and Power on 93.7 The Ticket. I'm your host, Megan Walker, and joining me tonight, we have got Harrison on the board as usual, as well as our former Huskers sprinter and current sprints coach, the one and only Emma Algarin. You trying to figure out your headphones over there?
Yep.
Yep.
Not the only one. Something about those headphones.
Yeah.
Megan Walker was struggling with it just last week, I want to say.
I feel like everyone always has issues with the headphones.
Okay, wait. So like this.
But yeah, there you go. Oh, see, look at you. You look so cute.
Okay.
Can you hear it all now?
Thanks, guys.
But quick shout out to Layton's Pub. They always give us the best food. We really appreciate you guys. So make sure to go check them out. I got barbecue wings as usual. Emma, what'd you get?
Parmesan garlic wings.
Parmesan garlic. That sounds good. And Harrison, what did you? You get the same stuff.
Mozzarella sub. I think it's just called the mozzarella sub.
Yeah.
I usually just order the OG and you know what it is.
Yeah, I actually had to look it up today. I had to remember because it's been a minute. But then we also got some lemonades, which are really good.
Super good.
Super duper good. But Emma, thank you so much for coming on today.
Yeah.
I'm so excited that you're here.
Thanks for having me, Megs.
Yes, of course. So a little backstory. Emma is my sprints coach right now. But that's crazy to think about.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you were a track athlete like 2 years ago.
Yep.
And now you're coaching. Did you ever expect to be in this situation?
I mean, I've always wanted to coach. That's always been something that I've loved. I mean, I love track and field, right? But I didn't know that I was going to be the volunteer sprints coach this year. So when Coachy asked and had me on, I was super excited about it and super thankful because I just wanted to be a blessing to him because he's been a blessing to me in my entire career. So I don't know. Yeah, here I am.
Sweet. Yeah. Well, we love having you as a coach, and yeah, all the girls love it. But tell us a little bit about you and your backstory.
Okay, so before I got to UNL, I was at St. Cloud State. I was a Division II athlete. Before I left there, I broke 3 school records, and then my husband is actually on the team currently, Matthias Algarin.
Shout out Matthias.
Yeah, we met before we got here, and then I guess things started to move kind of quickly. And then I knew that he was committed for football and track and field, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, okay, I reached out to the coach and I was like, maybe I'll be good enough to be a walk-on in Nebraska. And then he would have me on the team, Matt Martin at the time it was. And then I started here and started getting faster and faster. And then my second year on the team, because I was already a junior coming in, so I had one more year due to the COVID year. And then Coach Pepin and Coach Emmanuel agreed to put me on scholarship. So I earned a scholarship my second year, which was a huge blessing to me. Yeah, and that's kind of how I got to UNL, and I love it here a lot. So
That's amazing.
I have nothing but good things to say about it.
So how was that mindset coming from a D2 school to a D1 school?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty different. I would say the money is a big part of that. I was not used to getting as much gear, which is really cool. And just being so known and so watched, I guess, at this level is a really big thing. And people don't realize it, just how many people are watching you to see what you do, especially wearing the big Nebraska N. That was the big difference for me. I would say that at the D2 level, the top girls, they kind of know each other. And that was kind of what started happening, was like people started to know who I was, stuff like that. And then when I got here, I felt like I was like in a huge pond instead of being in the small pond, being known by everyone. So that was definitely a difficult transition. I was kind of nervous about it more than anything because I didn't really want to be known. It wasn't the part that I really desired, but more just to be known, I guess I should say, by my coaches and the work that I was going to put in, and just like in that sense. So yeah, that was pretty big for me.
That's amazing. Being a walk-on and earning a scholarship, that is amazing. So what drove you to not give up on those hard days?
Yeah, honestly, I feel like Coach E was super helpful. I mean, Matthias has obviously been super helpful. I mean, very supportive, but I knew that God has blessed me with a talent and an ability to do something. So that was something I focused on a lot. And I prayed a lot about it. I mean, I wanted to earn a scholarship. I knew that I didn't want to stay as a walk-on because at my Division II, I had a scholarship. So I walked away from that. But I don't regret that at all. And I knew that was the right decision because being a Husker is a dream come true for me. So yeah.
That's amazing. So when you were told that you were getting a scholarship, how did you react? Like what was going through your head?
Well, I definitely cried. So I was in Pepin's office and I had talked to Coach E a little bit about that. And so that was kind of a conversation that was going on throughout the year. You know what I mean? Of like, okay, I really want to earn one. Is it possible? And he was like, okay, well, we have to see something. And so actually it happened during testing. So my 30-meter fly is a 3:12, which is very fast for a female sprinter. Usually elite girls will be around that level. Do you know what I mean? Because you get into guy times with that. So that was really kind of the crown that I wore. Do you know what I mean? Was talking to Coach E and Coach Pepin, and they were like, all right, I mean, that's an incredible time. So, but we have to move on from that and go to season with it. So some big things happened, which was great, but I did feel like I fell short a little bit of some of the goals that I really had for myself, which was, kind of placing at the conference meet. I did in a relay, but not individually. But either way, I'm super thankful for the opportunity. I broke into top 10 in school history, which is pretty cool. So I'm just honestly, all the dreams came true here in Nebraska. Everything that I could have hoped for in my career did happen. I do feel like things are kind of still left in the tank, so we'll see what it brings.
Yeah.
But now I'm turning my mindset to coaching you guys and helping you be the best you can be has really helped me. And honestly drove me even more to help you guys. I pray about you guys a lot, actually, just because I know that there's a lot of potential there. And even just character wise, not only is it that I want your guys' times to get faster, I want you guys to build in who you're supposed to become. So that's a big driving force for me and makes it easy to do my job every day.
Oh, I love that. What do you think is one of the biggest things you learned from coaching so far?
Man, I can never want it for you more than you want it for yourself.
Mhm.
So that's something that Matthias's dad, Algarin, he actually taught me because he was one of my coaches last year when I was competing unattached. And he taught me that. And there was days and hard text messages, you know what I mean? Like sent that is just, okay, like you have to want this for yourself, because if I want it more for you than you do, then I'm wasting my time, you know? And I feel like I want to coach the exact same way. I believe in that 100% because I can put out my best foot forward. I can give you every workout possible that could make you could bring you to the highest level possible. But if you don't want it, then I'm wasting my time and essentially you're wasting yours too. So that's a big thing.
Dang, that was very motivating.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. That's crazy. But like right when you started coaching, I felt like you just had like this natural like ability.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Thanks, Meg.
Yeah, of course. But what are some characteristics that you think that you have personally that help you be a great coach?
Yeah. I would say I'm very outgoing. I
Mhm.
love you guys. I mean, I love being around people.
Yeah.
I'm definitely a people person. I would say that I'm also motivated. I'm very dedicated. I'm committed. Like I said, I'm the volunteer sprints coach, so I'm not a paid coach.
Mhm.
But every day I want to be there and I want to be a blessing to Coach E and you guys. And so that dedication in me is just, it's not easy for me to give up, just like it was my track and field career. So it goes over actually perfectly to who I am now as a coach, because I'm like, oh, perfect. I'm so dedicated and I want to be there
Mhm.
every day. And so it's just, yeah, it's pretty easy. So I'd say dedication, being super outgoing, and also just loving people, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's really sweet. Do you
Yeah.
have a long-term goal with coaching?
Yeah, I mean, I hope to continue on this, just as long as I can, but eventually I would hope to be a paid coach. I don't know if it's
Mhm.
going to be here or somebody else or somewhere else, but yeah, that would be definitely a good goal of mine to have. But I don't know. And at this level is pretty incredible. I mean, Coach E even having me on staff here and Coach St. Clair, it's a huge blessing because this is the highest level. You know what I mean? Division I track and field. So I'm learning. I've been reading lots of books. There's days where I've been wrong
Mhm.
at practice. I'm like, all right, well, let you guys go farther than I should have.
Yeah.
But yeah, you learn, you know. But yeah,
That's really great.
Mhm.
So you had mentioned that you had competed last year. Are you
Yeah.
planning on competing at all this year?
Not this year. My shins are kind of bad.
Mhm.
So they're just kind of, I have stress reactions on my shins again. I've dealt with them for years.
Mhm.
So I won't be competing this year, but I'm hoping that I can just help you guys be better. But it is hard to step back because I love it so much. And last year I had some lifetime bests with Coach E and Coach Algarin coaching me. So they pushed me hard, and I think that was the year that I needed to really help you guys become the best that I can be as a coach this year. Really, I
Mhm.
needed that year.
Yeah, you can jump in on our workouts whenever you want.
Oh,
though.
yeah.
That's always an option.
Thanks, Max.
Yeah, I think we had like 200s, like 12 200s, and Emma just like jumped in
Yeah.
for a rep or two.
I have to get them back on pace.
Of course. I love it because I feel like you're like a teammate to all of us because
Yeah.
you are like younger
Yeah.
and you just have like this little
Yeah.
lifeful spirit.
Thanks, Megs.
Yeah.
I hope that I can be that for you guys because, yeah, jumping on workouts is honestly still enjoyable to me. And here and there, I can get into rep. I don't know if I could keep up with you guys anymore, but
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's so crazy. But no, we are very
Yeah.
blessed to have you in Nebraska and we love it.
Thanks, Megs.
So yes. Have you had a bad coaching experience yet?
Oh my gosh.
Like a day you're like,
Ooh.
why am I even doing this?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. I think there's quite a bit to be said. I don't think so, honestly, Megan. I
Mhm.
don't think there's days where I've been like, man, there's days where I want to be better, you know,
Mhm.
and that wish that I could have been better in that moment, but I don't, not yet. You
Not
know?
yet. Knock
Yeah.
on wood. We just hope it
No.
doesn't happen.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I hope you guys don't have to experience.
Oh, that's crazy. So have you
Yeah.
always kind of had this love for track that you have?
Yeah, honestly, since I was young, I love to run always. Seventh grade was the first year that I really started track and field. I can tell you my story a little bit.
I love that.
So I was a seventh grader, just small, little running around all the time. And I had so much energy. But my first coach was named Neil Parman, actually. And he saw me running the first meet as a junior high kid, and I blew everybody out of the water. And he came up to me the second meet, and he's like, "You're never running junior high track and field again." And I was like, "Okay." And I was like, "This is crazy." And so he's like, "You're going to come run, and you're going to run JV varsity." And I was like, "What? What's that?" So I remember I went home and told my mom and my grandma. I was like, "I'm running varsity." And mom's like, "What is that?" And I'm like, "I'm unsure." So slowly, obviously, I kind of figured out what it was. But yeah, he saw a lot of potential in me. He actually passed away a few years ago of cancer. So yeah, but he was really special. And yeah, that was the first coach that I had that believed in me. And he left a really big mark in my mind. I'll just never forget him, like, always just yelling down the track at me for something. You know what I mean? Because I had a lot of energy, and he dealt with a lot of it. But so did my other coaches, Coach Joy Visto, and Coach Mary Nelson. So those are my, honestly, high school coaches, and they pushed me a lot. They'd give a nice little speech at my signing day. So yeah, I've had just a lot of good coaches as I've gone throughout this process, and that's definitely made me who I am. But seventh grade Emma was a whole nother beast, and I'm thankful you didn't have to meet her because she was crazy. So
That's so sweet. It's great that you have people in your life that make big impacts on you.
yeah.
But yeah. What events did you run when you were younger?
Oh, 100, 200. Yeah, I'd never really ran the 400, 4x4 kind of. My senior year was when I dipped into the 400. I wasn't very good at it. But my coaches, saw potential for the event, which pushed me in my other events. But you know me, I wanted to always just be 100, 200 because that's what was easier.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
That's crazy. Did you always know you wanted to run in high school? I mean, not high school, college.
Oh yeah, for sure. I had my junior year, I knew that I wanted to earn a scholarship. And actually I knew that was the only way that I was really probably going to go to college. I wasn't super motivated. I didn't have that great of grades. Honestly, I am shocked that I have great grades and I got a master's degree. I'm not just saying that, guys. But seriously, just to God be the glory for that, seriously, because I don't know how that even happened. I didn't really have that great of grades in high school. I didn't really try. Track was really what kept me motivated, in all honesty.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I know you're very big on your faith.
Yeah.
How has that been as a young person growing up? Have you always been strong in your faith, or has it kind of progressed as time's gone on?
Progressed. That's a great question, Megan. Honestly, progressed for sure. I didn't know the Lord until about 4.5 years ago, when I met my pastor, he was a huge blessing to me, and a family friend who actually introduced me to my pastor, who is also my father-in-law. He wears lots of hats in my life, but he's been an incredible blessing to me, and also his wife too. Obviously, my mother-in-law, Lisa. Shout out to her. She's the GOAT. But
she's the GOAT.
Yeah. But yeah, so it wasn't until then that I really got to know the Lord, and he did things in my life, and that's exactly why I'm here in Nebraska. There's no way that without him being in my life, that I would be here, because I wasn't strong in my faith at all throughout high school. I just lived however I wanted to. Honestly, no one could really tell me anything, which wasn't great. And I'm just really, really thankful to the Lord for the ways that he's blessed me, because he really didn't have to. He doesn't owe me anything. And I lived a life with lots of vanity, and just kind of being selfish and just about me. But he took a lot of those things and changed my heart in a lot of it. And then here I'm in Nebraska. So yeah.
It's crazy how life works out sometimes.
Yeah, I know, but it's pretty incredible.
It is pretty incredible. That's crazy.
We do have to go to break pretty soon, but one question I want to ask, you talked about the grades in high school, maybe not being the main focus.
Yeah.
What was that change for you to have that academic success later? Because I feel like for a lot of high school kids out there, that's a good goal to have. You realize, if I'm struggling now, it happens. You can easily still get it done in college.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. I just think too, if you really just put your best foot forward in your grades, it's easy to actually get good grades in college. And I'm not just saying that, but I think it's your motivation. I think it's not sitting through hours of high school. Do you know what I mean? And then going straight to college where you actually are in control. And I think for me, it was that I knew that my motivation was what was going to cause me to get good grades, versus high school. Sometimes you're like, I just want to hang out with my friends, but I knew that it was up to me to get good grades. So I would definitely encourage people to, even if they don't have good grades in high school, college can be for you. 100% it can be. I mean, if you would have asked me a few years ago if you thought college would be for me, I would have laughed you off the face of the earth and would have been like, nope. But yeah, definitely, keep going. It's up to you. You make the best out of it. So yeah.
Absolutely. We got to go to break here, but Megan, go ahead and break us down.
You always break us down, Harrison.
How long have you been doing this show now?
About a year now. Okay, thanks guys for listening. We're gonna hit it to break, and this is Megan Walker, Harrison on the board, and the one and only Emma Algarin. So be back after this break.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. At 4 a.m, my phone rang. They said, I regret to inform you that your husband was wounded in action. Victor sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. I was doing school full-time, and I was also then caring for Victor. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. I just didn't want to forget that I also had goals and that I also had a life. What I did is I challenged Victor to meet me halfway. There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
If you can plan barbecues and weddings, you can plan to protect yourself from a natural disaster. Sign up for local alerts, prepare an emergency kit, and make a family communications plan. Get started at ready.gov/plan.
Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you came across someone struggling with hunger, how would you recognize them?
By their clothes,
Their age?
the way they speak.
Hunger can be hard to recognize. Learn why at IamHungerInAmerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America, 200 Food Banks Strong, and the Ad Council.
As an 18-year-old, I let my mistakes kind of take over my life. I was 0.5 credits away from completing high school, and I didn't do it.
10 years later, at age 28, Jackie finished her high school diploma.
When I found out that I was pregnant, I know that I had to do something for myself if I wanted to make her a better person and provide a better life for her. My family never stopped pushing for me to be better because they knew what I could become and who I could become as a person. My support team is amazing. The educational director, my sister, and even my 7-year-old daughter has just been more than the support that I could ask for. I've been given an opportunity, and I'm just thankful for it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Most parents have a homework schedule for the weekdays, but don't forget to cover the weekends. I'm Jenny Benson, president of the Nebraska State Education Association. A good way to avoid a problem is to set a homework schedule for the weekend. Set aside a couple hours of homework time on Saturday and help your student avoid staying up late Sunday night to finish a project. Remember, communicating with your child's teacher is vital for student success.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
This is your captain. We are going to be experiencing some slight turbulence. Please fasten your... Oh, hold on. Just got a video of my cat.
Imagine the pilot of an airplane was as confident as you are texting and driving. Seems kind of crazy when you put it like that.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
On the Block with Strick and Austin.
Yes, the rest of the roster has to elevate the quarterback, but the quarterback also has to elevate the rest of the roster. Haven't seen from Heinrich Haarberg yet. I'm willing to give him the rest of the year. I'm willing to say that he can be the guy next year, but then you have to have realistic expectations in mind for Nebraska, and to me, that's 6 or 7 wins.
Weekdays from 2 to 4 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Back to The Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Speed and Power on 93.7 The Ticket. I'm your host, Megan Walker, and joining me is Harrison on the board, as well as the one and only Emma Algarin. But yes, we have got food from Layton's Pub, and I'm not going to lie, I'm really hungry, and this food is smelling too good.
I'm salivating a little bit.
I'm salivating too much. But have you ever had Layton's Pub, Emma?
I have not. This will be my first time.
Their food is really good.
I'm really excited.
Like, nothing on the menu you can go wrong with.
I honestly looked at the different pizzas, and I was like, should I get pizza? Do I get wings? Maybe another time I'll get pizza now.
That's a good idea.
Definitely get the pizza. They got the, what's it called? How they cook
With
their
the-
pizzas with bread with the fire stove?
Oh, I don't know, but it's so good.
Yeah, it's the dough that does it for me. It's
Mhm.
Layton's Pub. Definitely check it out if you haven't. They have a huge menu. As you kind of heard Emma said, you can get pizza, you can get wings, you can get burgers. It always hits too. It's great food. Definitely check it out, Layton's Pub. And thank you for sponsoring Speed and Power. They've been sponsoring for
Like it's
almost-
been more than a year.
Yeah,
'cause
it's probably been
wasn't-
over a year
yeah,
now.
that's
Big shout out
crazy.
to them.
Very lucky to have them sponsor the
Mhm.
show.
And
Not
shout
gonna
out
lie.
Don and used to be Taylor, but those guys are always hooking us
Yes.
up. Great people.
Great people. But yes, back to the show. Emma, quick question for you. What is the hardest workout you've ever done? Because I know I'd be going through workouts and I'm like, oh, I don't know if Emma would want to do this. And there's probably something that you've done that's way worse.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh wow, that's such a good question. I would have to say, even though this is very simple and a very simple workout, last year my coaches, Coach Emmanuel and Coach Algarin, they had me do a 400 every other day, and sometimes 2, mostly 1.
Mhm.
At like the goal was to hit 30-30 in practice. It was the hardest thing I've ever done because, mind you, my PR is 57.4
Mhm.
in the 400. I'm not a 400-meter runner, but mentally it challenged me, and physically every single day, because I felt the lactic that you would feel in a race every single day at practice. So even though it was super simple, it worked so well. And then I hit a lifetime best in the 400 last year, 57.4, which isn't anything too crazy. But for me, who's not a 400-meter runner, that was definitely a breakthrough. That was indoors, so we didn't even get to outdoors yet. So I think there was a lot of potential with that event and getting it faster, but it was just mental. You know, a lot of the 400-meter dash is a completely mental event. So yeah, that was probably the hardest workout I've ever done. Don't get me wrong, there's been some killers with some 9 300s we did a few years
Mhm.
ago. That was ridiculous. Okay. You should never do that. But yeah, I would say that was it.
It's insane how much your mind can take over in like the simplest things. Like even today we had a technique workout.
Yep.
And we were doing wickets, and like some of our brains were just like, they were just pausing everything. Emma was like, just go over it. Like, just keep running. And we were all, it was crazy.
Yeah. Thankfully though, Megan did clear the wickets very well.
Yes.
It just took a little bit of mental, I don't know. The girls were like, what is happening? But we should have set up another wicket pattern. That was on me today. We should have set up 2 so you guys had more space, but it's all right. That was also a coaching thing that we will fix for next week.
But one thing I really appreciate about you is when we're doing hard workouts, because you were just an athlete, that know that like our mind is just taking over. You know that we're just at that weak point where we need someone to motivate us.
Yes.
I remember a few weeks ago we were doing 200s and I really wanted to quit. and you just did not let me quit. And I was like, I hate this. Like, I need to like just drop out. But you were like, nope, just keep going. And then I finished the workout, and I was so thankful for you.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know what I would do without
Aw,
you.
Meg, you're so sweet. I just see so much potential in you girls. You know what I mean? Especially you, Meg. You have a lot of potential in the 400 that Coachy and I are trying to move and get out of you. So those workouts, when you want to quit, I know it's making you better. So I keep drilling you and getting on you because I know that you have a lot of potential. So I'm going to keep doing that this year. And by the end of the year, if you hate me, I still love you. So it's okay.
Oh, you're so sweet. That was the best. I just hope you don't make me do this like 400 every day kind of workout.
I'll try not to, but we'll see
We'll see
what's coming.
Interesting. Would you ever do a full workout with the team?
Yes, I would. I would. Maybe more like the X's because then it would be on grass. My shins wouldn't hurt. But yeah, I would do it with you guys. If you asked me, I would do it for you guys.
Do you love watching like hard practices?
Yes.
Why?
I feel bad, but I went through it. So I actually feel bad though inside because I will say, because I've done it, I know what hurts. So when I look at you guys and you guys are hurting, I can only help but think, I had to do that. So you guys have to do that, you know? And then I feel kind of satisfied.
That's so horrible.
It's
that
probably
you say
rough,
it.
but like I've done it.
Like
so.
brings you joy.
Yeah.
And everything. That's crazy. Would you ever want to be a head coach, do you think?
Ooh, honestly, at this point in my career, no. I could say no to that.
Mhm.
Yeah. I actually just talked to Coach E about that not too long ago. I couldn't see myself being a head coach. Yeah, maybe, especially not at this level. But more just because I think that there's so much value that I've found already being an assistant coach. And the head coach has a lot of responsibility. Do you know what I mean? A lot. St. Clair is Justin St. Clair. He's very busy. And he does just so much that I feel like assistant is good for now. Maybe later on, if you ask me in a few years, maybe something will change. But for now, all good.
That's great.
Yeah.
Do you still feel like Coach E's your coach when you're helping him?
Yeah. So I usually call him Coach E.
Yeah.
I haven't called him Brenton.
That's his name?
His first name. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Okay. We did not know when he first got here. His name's Brenton Emmanuel. And so we thought that his name was Emmanuel because that's a first name.
Mhm.
So last weekend when we were with the recruits, I was like, we thought you have like 2 first names. Like, he's like, no, I don't. I'm like, you do, So yeah, it's Brenton. And I never call him that. And people call him B actually, like if they do. I call him Coach E still. Yeah. I don't know.
Probably forever we're gonna call him that.
Yeah, I
Brenton
think so
just
too.
doesn't seem
I know it
like
doesn't
right.
I know it doesn't sit right. Like yeah, it seems like weird.
That's crazy. Yeah. I hope he's not watching this or he's not gonna listen to this. But
I
no
feel like he's
offense.
going to.
Oh, we'll see what happens. We'll have like 500s or whatever next week.
Literally.
Yeah, that's crazy. Do you put any input into the workouts? Like, do you guys kind of collaborate on that?
Yep, we do. I do put in input. I usually Coach E's just teaching me a lot.
Mhm.
So I trust him. Like he has 15 plus years of experience. So I just kind of listen and then we usually kind of talk back and forth and he's let me incorporate some things, which is really exciting. Drills, things that I've done that I really just believe work. He's just been really actually good about listening to me and asking me like what I think and what I would like to see, which is really cool because I don't think everyone gets that experience especially with such a high level coach. You know what I mean? I mean, he's won awards for that. So yeah, I think he values what I have to say, which is really cool. But yeah, so we collaborate, but he usually gets, I would say Coach E's the final say of it for sure,
Mhm.
which I have no problem with. That's great. So.
Has your perspective changed at all since you've been an athlete to a coach?
Yes, absolutely. There's so much that goes on behind the scenes of just being a coach that you don't really think about as an athlete.
Mhm.
There's times where I felt like I was almost a little selfish in my thinking. And now that I'm on the other end of it, I'm like, yeah, that was probably selfish of me to think those things. Just because there's just so much that goes into being a coach and so much time you spend. So you think about a lot of things and athletes sometimes will kind of be complaining about a workout, but there was actually so much thought and so much reading and researching on what would be best for you guys that when you kind of question it, it's kind of like, ugh, I spent so much time on that, but you guys don't always know, which is okay. You're athletes, right? You're not the coach. So
That's crazy. So next time I'm doing a hard workout, I'm just going to think it like, oh, Emma had to do a whole bunch of research for this.
Yeah.
So it has a purpose.
Yes,
so.
it does. It does have a purpose. I promise. Even if I do mess up things, it does have a purpose. Yeah.
That's amazing. What's some advice that you have for your sprints girls right now?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Continue to work hard. I see a lot of potential in the group. And I'm working on getting harder on you guys. Sometimes I feel like sometimes I want to like hug you and like mama bear you guys. But I know that you guys have a lot of potential and just a lot to give in this sport. And I want to see you guys be on top at conference this year. And I want the sprinters to add to that. I want you guys to see yourselves as dogs and just keep working for it. Because I think in the past you didn't know who to go to. But I want you guys to go to yourselves and to trust in your group and your training and just really show Big Ten what you guys can do this year. Because I have full faith that we're going to put together some relays and that we're going to have some individual events. And I think you and lots of other girls will surprise themselves this year.
We're going to win the Big Tens this year. Women's track and field team Nebraska. We're manifesting it right here.
So you're saying it right here.
Yep. Heard it first. We're going to bring this back after we win it indoors and outdoors.
Yes, for sure. Remember this, guys.
Remember this, right? This moment right here, right now. Boys, I don't know what they're going to do.
Yes, hopefully win again.
Hopefully win again. But yes, that's crazy. But no, I think we have a great team this year. I can't wait to see what everyone's going to do. It's super exciting.
Yeah.
And we have Emma. Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. You're a part of it.
I know. Which would be so fun.
Because you were coaching a little bit on the side last year.
Yep, a little bit. So here and there, Coach E would I would be at practice with you guys when he was gone. He'd be like, "Oh, you can just go in with a group." Because I mean, a lot of you, not as many now, but some of you were former teammates. So I was just used to training with them. So I think that dynamic has been a little different for me. But it's been nice getting the coaching role because I've also seen some strengths and weaknesses from them. I mean, I obviously wasn't teammates with you, but a lot of you guys I've just seen or already helped and developed last year a little bit. Not that I really did much, but more just got to see you guys and Coach E develop you. So then I was able to see the development and the growth even from last year to this year. So
I've kind of always viewed you as like a coach.
Yeah.
Like that's how it's kind of always been.
Yeah.
But those people that you have been teammates with, how is that relationship?
I think it was a little difficult at first for some of them to get by. And but they know that I've been studying and that I'm with Coach E, who's one of the best coaches. Do you know what I mean? So I think they're starting to believe in what it is that I'm here to do. And then I'm really just giving my time. Like it's not that give myself honor, but just because I want to be here and I really want this experience and I want to help you guys get better, that I'm putting in any extra time that I have to looking up what would help you guys be the best you could be. So I hope that dynamic, I'm hoping that they're seeing a switch because I don't know, I feel like they see me as friends, which is awesome. And I feel like actually has helped Coach E has actually shouted that out a few times. He's been like, Emma, it's actually helpful because they trust you with some things that they don't really always feel comfortable saying to me. So it's been great. And there's been some moments where I'm like, oh, man, we've been teammates. So you know, but it's good. Yeah.
That's sweet. No, you and Coach E have a great balance. You guys make a good team.
Good. Thanks.
So yeah, so very happy for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, very blessed with a great coaching staff at Nebraska.
Yeah.
So yeah, very blessed with that.
Yeah. And before we go to break, I am curious, what is the one thing, since you've had the athlete's perspective and now you're in the coach's perspective, what is one thing that maybe you heard coaches say over and over and over again when you're an athlete that you wish, like, man, if I would have taken that seriously, whether it's nutrition, diet, a certain drill, that could have potentially had, a significant impact on your track career?
Oh my gosh. Wow. Great question. Nutrition. Honestly, you hit it right away. My iron was so low when I was on the team. It was at a 6, which is super low. The scale can go up to like over 200 plus.
What's the ideal spot?
I mean, kind of in between. I believe it's like a 12, and the range is 12 to 300 would be considered healthy and normal. But 12 that's really low if it can go up to 300, right? So it was really low, and I just think I didn't really take it as seriously as I should have, and so I do get on the girls when we have those conversations about it. And there's some things that I realized last year that when I actually was eating 2,000 calories a day, it actually helped me. And when I was competing, I often would get so nervous that I wouldn't eat anything. And then I would make it so I couldn't even compete. You know what I mean? Because if you're so tired and you have no energy, then you're not going to compete well at all. So that's something that I wish that I really would have believed in. And then, so this last year running unattached, Coach E and Coach Algarin, they got on me about my nutrition, and that changed so much for me. So yeah, I would say that was the biggest thing.
Absolutely. Megan, is that kind of true for you? Nutrition?
I feel like that's something that I was taught in high school. So I was like pretty significantly looking at it when I came to college, but I think nutrition is very important in all athletes' diet.
Absolutely. Good advice for any young athletes out there that do have aspirations, whether it's track and field, football, basketball, whatever it may be. But we got to go ahead and throw it to our final break here. This is Speed and Power with Meghan Walker and Emma Algarin. Am I saying that right? Algarin?
Yep.
All right. Absolutely. We'll throw it to break here and talk to you guys on the other side.
Agriculture is the economic engine of the Midwest. At Acres Equipment, We dedicate ourselves to making that engine run smoothly. We supply our farmers and ranchers with quality John Deere equipment, parts, and service. We also deliver the most advanced technology and precision ag strategies to help them farm today and for the future. Acres Equipment, solutions for every field.
It's time to get the Class A high school football playoffs rolling right here on 93.7 The Ticket. Hey guys, Nick Sainer. Join me and Jay Foreman this Friday night from Seacrest Field as number 6 Lincoln Southeast faces off against number 11 Lincoln East. When these two teams met back on September 1st, the Spartans won a double overtime thriller, 31-28 over the Knights. The winner keeps their season alive while the loser goes home. It's the Lincoln Southeast Knights against the Lincoln East Spartans this Friday night in the first round of the postseason at 7 p.m. right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Makes Nebraska great. Each year, the Step Forward Awards honors volunteers from across the state who serve their communities in outstanding ways. We hope you'll join us this year at the Step Forward Awards luncheon on October 27th in Omaha. Help us thank volunteers with a celebration to remember. To register, visit serve.nebraska.gov and click Register Now. We hope to see you there. Paid for by Serve Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those round trips, which are perfect on your way there and perfect on your way back? Or those meetings with friends, surprise parties, camps, birthdays. The same way you plan for the important moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Get started at ready.gov/plan.
Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
I'm Christy. I used to smoke cigarettes. I had smoker's cough and severe shortness of breath, and I knew I had to quit. Then I tried e-cigarettes, but I just ended up using both. I really didn't start to get better until I quit smoking completely. My tip to you is just cutting down on the number of cigarettes you smoke isn't enough.
Call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
How was your drive to school?
Let me tell you, I had to get my iced coffee first. I just can't seem to put it down. My favorite rapper just announced a tour. My phone was buzzing like crazy. I'm so excited. I had to text all my friends right then to talk about it. Then someone started calling me and...
Let's try that again.
I turned my phone off right away. I never drive distracted.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
On the Block with Strick and Austin.
Yes, the rest of the roster has to elevate the quarterback, but the quarterback also has to elevate the rest of the roster. Haven't seen from Heinrich Harburg yet. I'm willing to give him the rest of the year. I'm willing to say that he can be the guy next year, but then you have to have realistic expectations in mind for Nebraska, and to me, that's 6 or 7 wins.
Weekdays from 2 to 4 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Adoption of teens from foster care is a topic not enough people know about, and we're here to change that. I'm April Dinwiddie, host of the new podcast, Navigating Adoption, presented by Adopt US Kids. Each episode brings you compelling real-life adoption stories told by the families that live them with commentary from experts. Visit adoptuskids.org/podcast or subscribe to Navigating Adoption, presented by Adopt US Kids. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Administration for Children and Families and the Ad Council.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. At 4 a.m, my phone rang. They said, "I regret to inform you that your husband was wounded in action." Victor sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. I was doing school full-time, and I was also then caring for Victor. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. I just didn't want to forget that I also had goals and that I also had a life. What I did is I challenged Victor to meet me halfway. There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
If you came across someone struggling with hunger, How would you recognize them? By their clothes, their age, the way they speak? Would you notice a 16-year-old boy who got his first job,
not for extra spending money, but to help feed his little sisters?
or a mother who's in between jobs and sometimes goes to bed hungry so her kids can have dinner? Or a 14-year-old girl who signs up to every after-school activity, not to make friends, but just to get something to eat? Or a retiree who fell ill and had to choose
between getting medicine or groceries.
I am the 1 in 8 Americans who struggle with hunger. People you pass by every day but never knew were hungry. I am hunger in America.
Hunger can be hard to recognize. Learn why at IamHungerInAmerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America, 200 Food Banks Strong, and the Ad Council.
If you can plan barbecues and weddings, you can plan to protect yourself from a natural disaster. Sign up for local alerts, prepare an emergency kit, and make a family communications plan. Get started at ready.gov/plan.
Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Back to the Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to our last segment of Speed and Power on 93.7 The Ticket. I am your host, Meghan Walker, and I'm joined by Emma Algarin and Harrison on the board. This is our last segment. This is my favorite segment. This is the, get your brain working, get everything going. So, Emma, we're going to ask you some questions, and you're just going to, pop them off.
Okay, perfect.
You got it. You're going to get rated on all of your answers, so I hope they're good.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, great.
All right, my favorite question that we're going to start off with is, you're given a billboard.
Okay.
You can put anything on this billboard. This is for everyone in the world to see. What are you putting on it?
This is hard. Love God.
Love God? Good.
Mhm.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah.
That wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Okay, elaborate. Why do you want to put that on there?
I mean, I think that should be something that everyone does, and knows about. God is good, and he's done a lot of really great things that people don't give him credit for. So
I love it. That was a good answer. Proud of you. Proud of you. All right, second thing. We'll do this one. You're going to an island. You get 3 things. What are you taking?
Ooh my gosh. Cell phone.
Cell phone.
Can you take a person?
You can take a person.
Matthias. And my Bible.
Why are you taking the cell phone?
Because I need a way to contact other people that I didn't bring with me.
Are we assuming there's no service on this island?
Yeah, there's no service on this island.
Although we can. I mean, it's your rules. Does she get to swap it out or no?
Nope. Sorry. That was your answer. Submitted. Graded. Not the best. Hey, it's okay. We all live. Y'all learn. It's all right.
Your
All right.
husband's gonna be upset when he's like, "You brought a cell phone with no service."
I think so
He's gonna
too.
start hitting you with the Bible. All right. Next up, if you can work out with anyone, who are you working out with?
Oh
Dead
my
or
goodness.
alive?
Oh, that's a really good one. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be funny. My father-in-law, when he was an athlete at Purdue. Yeah, for sure.
That's unique.
Yeah.
It's unique. People usually do basketball players.
Yeah.
What do
Usually
they do?
Kobe, Michael Jordan.
yeah.
Trying to think of
Kevin Hart, I think we've had.
Yeah, Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
Was that Josiah?
I don't remember. Oh, I think it was.
Might have been
Yeah.
Hart.
That
I've
wouldn't be
seen those
bad.
workout videos. They're hilarious.
Okay, 3 things in your fridge for the rest of your life. What are those 3 things?
Ooh. Izzy drinks, like the sparkling juice drinks. I love those.
Okay.
And then water.
Okay.
And then I need something with some substance. Maybe a fruit. Mango.
Mango. That's our second mango person we've had.
Yeah.
But that's not bad. That's you're gonna be very hydrated. You're gonna be very
Yes.
healthy, very lean.
Yes.
So hey, at least you got that going for you.
All sugar.
All sugar. Oh, Emma's gonna be hyped up.
Oh yeah.
Right before she goes to the island. It's gonna be a crazy experience. Okay, what is something small that you do every day that brings you joy?
Ooh. I don't know, spending time with my husband for sure. Yeah.
Same, right, Harrison?
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Totally 100%. Oh, I love it. Okay, what is your favorite Bible verse?
Ooh. Proverbs 21:31, which says the horse is prepared against the day of battle, but safety is of the Lord.
I have to think about that and understand it a little bit.
Yeah. Do you want me to dissect
Can you interpret it?
Yeah,
Yes.
maybe I'll dissect it a little bit. It says the horse is prepared against the day of battle, right? So the Lord prepares you, but safety is of him. So you don't really know the outcome of what's going to happen, but he does prepare you for the things that are to come. So I can't tell you how fast I'm going to run, but I do know that he's preparing me to run fast. But what the outcome is, I don't know. So trust in the Lord.
That's good. I'm gonna have to look that up. I
Yeah.
haven't heard that before.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
definitely do.
Okay, here's a good question. Who's your favorite track athlete?
Who? Megan just pointed herself for those of you who didn't see it. Wow, on the team currently?
Yes, everyone that's come in here and I've asked questions like this, they always say me. So
Wow.
no pressure.
No pressure. Man, that's really hard.
Unless you don't answer, which is totally
Yeah, I feel
valuable.
like-
We'll just know in our hearts what the real
Okay,
answer
sounds
is.
good. We'll know in our hearts with the real answers. I feel like you guys all have like really great things and like quirks about you, and I'll write them down in a note on your guys' first meet. So wait for it. But I can't pick one because a few people are probably going to watch this and listen, and it's going to get real salty at practice.
Oh,
fast.
that's valid.
Yes.
That's 100% valid.
Yep.
What's a favorite quote you have?
Ooh. Wow. That's actually a good one. I'm not really sure.
Do you need to skip?
Maybe skip.
Okay, skip. One more question, and then we will call it quits for the night. What is the best $100 you've ever spent?
Oh my goodness. Wow. Dollars. Man. I don't know. I'm going to be honest. I love to get my nails done. And I don't spend $100 on them. I spend about 25, but then
Mhm.
I get them done about 4 times. So
4 times.
Yeah, like $25 times 4 times. So then I get them 4 times for like $100, you know?
Okay.
So getting my nails done.
We got a
Simple
little bit of time here
pleasures.
yet.
Simple
so,
pleasures. What would you do with $100?
$100.
The best
Um,
$100 you've ever spent.
Scratch tickets. Oh, best $100 I ever spent.
Yes, that's horrible. That's a horrible answer.
$100 is a unique amount. I mean, back then you might be a little excited. Now it's like, cool. How long
Yeah.
is this $100 going to last me? I can fill up my car once and a half. I guess $100 isn't as crazy to me as it used to be.
But what's the best $100 you've ever spent?
Oh, the best $100 I've ever spent. Honestly, I bought a pair of John Wall Adidas shoes, basketball shoes. They were super clean and they were the most durable shoes I've ever had.
It's really cool.
Yeah, I still wear them when I wear them outside. I got them like my junior year. And I'll still break them out for like one playing outdoors now.
So throughout
Shout
your
out to John
entire
Wall.
life, that's the best thing you've spent money on.
I can be really boring and say I invested $100 at some point, but
Yeah. I feel like I'm the same way. I feel like I answered that not very good, but I don't know what to say to that. What do you think, Megan? What about you?
I just ask questions. I don't answer them.
Oh, yep.
That's what I
Yeah.
always tell people.
Yep.
okay, we got a little bit of time here. So last one, unless Megan has any other ones she wouldn't get out. You're walking past the TV, movie's on. No matter what, when this movie's on, you'll sit through it beginning to finish.
That's good.
Bridesmaids.
Aren't there like multiple different movies of Bridesmaids?
Like the one with Melissa McCarthy.
Looking at the wrong guy.
No.
You're looking at the wrong girl.
Ooh, rough. Well, you guys should watch it then. It's really funny. It's really funny.
That's what we're gonna do after this.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Right, Harrison.
Yep, this is going to be it for Speed and Power. That is Megan Walker, special guest Emma Algarin hopping in studio as well. Be sure to catch the podcast. That'll be up later tonight, probably around 9-10 p.m. in case you missed it, or just go back on YouTube. But that's going to be it for Ticket Weeknights. We'll have some replays set up for you guys all the way up until 11 p.m., but that's going to be it. We'll talk to you tomorrow.